So good afternoon, everyone. I'm very happy today to present you the Swiss food ecosystems, the next generation. This Swiss food ecosystems is actually under the lead of the Swiss Agro-Food Leading House, which is a new association, and it is a joint initiative from Cluster Food and Nutrition and Swiss Food Research. So I would like to start with some quotes. This is just to give you an idea of the mindset, or let's say the spirit with which we want to work in the future in the frame of this innovation booster. No problem can be solved from the same level of consciousness that created it. My name is Nadine Lacroix. I'm responsible for Cluster Food and Nutrition since 2015, and I will be co-leading this NTN InnoBooster together with Peter Braun, CEO of Swiss Food Research. So now maybe we will start with just a few words about our network and our experience, starting with Cluster Food and Nutrition. Cluster Food and Nutrition is a Freiburg-based association, non-profit association, which has a growing network of a little bit more than 100 members and partners from all around Switzerland. We have as well several years of experience in managing an informal structure. We did many events, conferences, visits. We have as well a great experience in supporting what we call collaborative innovation processes. It can be projects, workshop. We've been managing as well the Call for Project, Agri&Co Challenge for the state of Fribourg in 2018, which was very successful. And we like to work with a transdisciplinary approach. So now, Peter, can I give you the word so you can introduce quickly Swiss Food Research?
Yeah, thanks a lot for the introduction. So my name is Peter Braun. I'm heading up Swiss Food Research. We are active since 2012 as a national thematic network. We have grown over the past years, and we have also built up a substantial network. We have also innovation groups in place. We have funding tools in place. And together, both Cluster Food Nutrition and Swiss Food Research, we are in the position really to promote, to support, to drive innovation projects forward, to do the networking part, to bring you as the experts, as the interested parties, bring you together and also help you to develop the ideas further.
Thank you, Peter. So together, we have nationwide coverage. We have a very good link with our network of companies, startups, corporates, academic institutions, and as well various interdisciplinary partners within different sectors. I'm sorry if we have missed some logos. Don't be angry at us. It was just a mistake. So before to start with the NTN InnoBooster and the presentation, I would like to give you a little background and some facts and figures about the agri-food sector. You're probably all pretty much aware about these facts, so I will go quite quickly on that. 20% of global greenhouse gas emissions come from agriculture. 70% of total fresh water is also used for agriculture. 1/3 of global energy goes into food production from field to fork. 30% of agricultural production is either lost or wasted on a global basis. And finally, 9 billion tons of plastic produced since the 50s have generated 7 billion tons of waste. On the other hand, 10 billion people will have to be fed by 2050. How will we manage to ensure a healthy and sustainable nutrition for all, knowing that 1 out of 8 people is either overweight or obese? And 20% of deaths worldwide are actually caused by a poor diet, or let's say junk food. And well, basically, there's too much sugar, too much salt and fat, and not enough fruit, vegetable, and whole grains. And this has a direct impact on non-communicable diseases such as cancer, diabetes, obesity, and cardiovascular disease. On the other side, 1 out of 9 people is actually suffering from hunger, according to WHO. And this situation is accelerated, of course, by the climate crisis. Half of the humanity could be fed actually by the world's lost or wasted food in caloric equivalents. So this is not a simple problem, and basically the whole value chain is concerned, and this is why a holistic and collaborative approach is required. So those complex problems, or what we call wicked problems, they are not simple, and they require multidisciplinary and new approaches. And this is all about the innovation boosters. And this is the general definition provided by Enosus, but I think Marc Bochard explained it very well in the introduction. So I will not repeat it. I will just let you read through this text. More specifically, what we want to do is to encourage and support the emergence of radical innovation and breakthrough solutions to solve those wicked problems for which there are no easy solutions. And we will do this by means of open innovation, agile methodologies such as design thinking, as well as collaboration and multidisciplinary teams. And finally, this is all about spreading the enthusiasm for a new culture of open innovation and design thinking methodology to the builders of the next generation of Swiss food ecosystems, so they can become triggering agents for change and innovation. As simple as that. So let me now explain the 3-step process we would like to propose and we would like to put in place as of beginning of next year. It starts with the ideation phase. Actually, this ideation phase will be, we will be supporting the emergence of innovative ideas, solutions, and also innovation teams. So within this phase, you will get the opportunity to get your idea or challenge evaluated by a community of experts. And more specifically, what we will do, we will launch several web-based campaigns, and we will organize at least 1 hackathon or makeathon per year. The second phase is actually the exploration phase. Within this phase, we will be implementing and deploying agile tools and methodologies. You will have to team up with partners. You will be able to develop some prototypes and to validate them with final users, because they are very important in that in the design thinking methodology. And more concretely, we will organize design thinking workshops based on the design thinking methodology. The third phase is actually the continuation phase. This is the beginning. So this is your way to a successful project, implementation, and launch. And within this phase, we will let's say, facilitate the access to different customized modules according to your needs. Basically, the process, we want this process to be very flexible. We are also learning, and we want to adapt and continuously improve ourselves based on our experience and based on your feedback as well. So now, in order for you to better understand, I would like to dig into more details for each one of these 3 phases. So let's start with the ideation phase. This phase is open to the whole community, meaning that all members and partners of Cluster Food and Nutrition and Swiss Food Research will have access to that. So 3 times per year, we will launch some campaigns on a specific thematic, and we will do that by using a dedicated platform. Then there will be two ways to join the challenge. either you have an idea, or let's say a solution, or you have a challenge or a problem. In this way, we will be able to address a wide audience. So let's say, for instance, you come from a company and you have a problem that, or let's say a challenge, which you would like to solve in a collaborative manner. Then you will be able to submit your problem or your challenge on the platform. On the other hand, let's say if you come from an academic institution, you're a student, you're a professor, and within your institute, you have a great solution to, with regards, for instance, to packaging. And this solution and this idea, you would like to pursue it further. So you will be able to put it in the platform. And since this is open innovation, all proposals will, of course, be displayed and appear on this platform, which will be accessible by the whole community. So there will be a first assessment. This first assessment will be done by the community, actually. So everyone will be able to attribute between 1 to 5 stars to the proposals which they like the most, or which they think might have the most potential. So this first level of assessment is very useful. It will be very useful to assess the desirability dimension of the proposal. We will then have a second assessment, which will be done by a jury of experts. And in this way, we will be able to assess the 3 dimensions, the desirability, and as well the viability and the feasibility, which is more the technical side of the innovation of the product. 15 proposals will be rewarded with 1,000 Swiss francs each, and each one of them will as well receive 8 hours of dedicated support and vouchers. And this is the start. This is only the start. When it comes to hackathons or megathons, we will try to run them at least once per year. So once again, we will open a call on our platform. And each call will be as well on one specific thematic. How might we? Then you will be able to join this hackathon or megathon, and several teams will work in a collaborative manner over 1 or 2 days. Then the teams will be asked to prepare a presentation, and they will be asked to pitch in front of our jury of experts, which will then do a live assessment and award the 5 best proposals or concepts with 1,000 Swiss francs. And as well, each one of them will also receive some dedicated supports and vouchers. And once again, this is just the start of the journey. Of course, since we will have this platform, a dedicated platform, it will allow to make a lot of matchmaking opportunities, and we will, of course, support you to find partners. The exploration phase. This is open as well to the whole community, but this time we're going to ask some participation fees. In this phase, we will organize 4 times per year design thinking team workshop. So once again, we will open a call on the platform. How might we something? So there will be a challenge. Then you will be able to come once again, either with an idea or a solution, or a challenge, a problem you would like to solve. It can be a new one, or it can come, you can get some inspiration from the previous campaigns that we have done and which will be displayed on the platform. Then you will be asked to form a team. So you will have to pair up with some partners. And this is all about matchmaking. So basically, we will provide some support on that if you need. And you can also use this platform, which will have a very intuitive matchmaking functionality. Then 4 teams per workshop will have the opportunity to live the whole experience of design thinking, from the empathy phase up to the test phase with the final users and consumers. And then the teams will be asked to pitch, and the jury will do a live assessment of those pitches. For 1 year, the 8 best proposals, or let's say concepts or solutions, will be rewarded with 22,500 Swiss francs each. 4 teams will receive and be rewarded with 12,500 Swiss francs. And each one of them will once again receive some vouchers for dedicated support. So basically, these workshops within this exploration phase, this is a great opportunity to learn agile methodology that you will be able to apply on other projects or within your organization. Collaborate and innovate in an open innovation mode. Develop and validate prototypes with final users and consumers. Get access to cash money. The success rate of the process is pretty high. It's 75%. So basically, 3 teams out of 4 will be rewarded with either 22,500 or 12,500. Get access to a dedicated matchmaking and support. And of course, you will get the chance to be part of an engaged community. The last phase, the continuation phase, basically this is the way to project. As I was saying before, we will provide some support, so you get some customized modules according to your needs. And those modules, they can be, for instance, a new project with additional funding. It can be an access, it's a privileged access to maker spaces, to labs, to pilot plant, an access to various expertise and competences. It can be as well a dedicated design thinking workshop. It can be anything. It will really be customized, and it will depend on your needs. To summarize, I would like to show you the overall view of the whole planning. So we will organize webinar on a regular basis. Then we'll have this ideation phase, 3 web-based campaigns per year with at least 1 hackathon or makeathon. Then we have this exploration phase, 4 teams workshop per year. And finally, we will get as many customized modules as needed. So now, before to go to the Q&A session, let me just show you an overview of what our platform will look like. It's not there yet. We're working on it with different partners, but just know that it will be a very intuitive community matchmaking and assessment platform. And this will allow for an open, smooth, transparent, and fair process. So thank you very much for your attention, and I hope we will be able to join forces to build together the next generation of Swiss food ecosystems.